Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your September 2022 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. First card that I have is the Magician. So, right away, full manifestation. In a sense of you probably have projects, things that, if it, doesn't have to be projects, but it's like, okay, this is what my life is going to look like. There's this kind of will to influence, create, manifest something into your life right at the beginning of the month. After that, I have the Nine of Wands. But there's this huge will to do this, but at the same time there's this kind of fear that comes up of, will it work? Do I have what it takes? Will I be met with something harsh? Will it fail? The Nine of Wands, it's that kind of wary expectation, because in the past we went through a couple of battles. But it can also be switched into experience. Well, I went through a couple of, mistakes and where I bent the knee and where I, failed and so on. And that creates my strength. So at the end of the month, here we have the Ace of Wands. So if the baggage of what you've went through was maybe creating some questioning when it came to your capacity to manifest whatever, at the end of the month, you're gonna fix that. So under the Magician, we have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So here is anxiety about the fact that maybe things will not be balanced. As an example, let's say I want to manifest abundance. I want to manifest that, my car will be finished paying. It's not the case because I have a very old car, but it's an example. Like you want to manifest something, or even like a relationship or whatever, a project. I've always wanted to write a screenplay, and there I want to manifest this. The anxiety comes always from the, how is it gonna work? Do I have control over it? We don't have anxiety if we control everything. We have anxiety on the things that we cannot control. And since this is kind of an avenue that will never have any end, in the sense that we can never control every aspect of our lives, as long as we don't arrive to a state where we own, I won't say control, I will say own and know our cups, our emotions, our vibrations, sword, our mind, our focus, our truth, wands, our willpower, our fire, and pentacle, our grasp on our reality of how we perceive it, how we interact it, and how it is for us. Is it safe? Is it, I am really here and now, my relationship with this world, pentacle. As long as this is not upright, there's always going to be anxiety on different levels of, is this going to be balanced? Am I going to receive out of this, or am I going to be not received, abandoned, ghosted? Will it be all a big sacrifice for no results at all? There's the anxieties, and that comes from the moon. That comes from your unconscious. So that tells me that there are things that will come up to the surface. If you look at the lobster on this, a lobster is a bottom feeder, okay? So it's a part of you that munched on all of the residues that were shoved in your subconscious and that kind of floated all the way down to the bottom. He eats this, and then at one point it comes up to the surface to be addressed, to be transmuted, to be eliminated, to be cleared, to have its shell open up, to transform. And since it can be very old stuff, because often the moon is associated with Cancer, which rules the 4th house, which is all of your generational matrix. So, okay. Under our 9 of Wands, I have the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So whatever here comes up to the surface from the moon cycle, you will get the information pretty quickly about what it is. And this is going to kind of stir up your fiery side. So you can look at where Mars is going to be in your sign and what's accompanying it, because there's a big influence here of warriorship. About to, you know what? That's it. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to transcend my anxiety here. And under that, I have the 2 of Swords, because this is actually, you're going to make a decision about what you want to manifest in life. Under the Ace of Wands, I have the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. And so if you look at this role like this, the 8 of Swords being analysis paralysis, where we don't know in which direction to go, because we think about it too much. We have all the pros and the cons, and we're just trying to find mentally a solution here, where they're kind of saying that the solution will always be ambiguous. There will never be on a sword level the truth or the certitude that will allow you to manifest this. So you can only go with your guts. You can only go with your willpower. And so here, what do you want to be in those boats coming towards you? What are you going to expect from life? What is that thing that you want to come towards you? So you're going to bypass the anxiety created by your unconscious. You're going to address it, that's for sure. But ultimately, it's going to be what you expect that is going to be the result in this case. Okay? So, let's clarify this. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Pisces for the month of September 2022. September 2022. Okay, the Magician. Why is the Magician here for Pisces? 5 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like if you're afraid not to have the resources, not to have what it takes. Maybe you're conflicted because You're waiting for other people, because this is being very independent in our projects and things like that. So there's a part of you that maybe thinks that by yourself you don't have what it takes, okay? And that is what is creating a misalignment, or even conflict, maybe with maybe it's something that you wanted to do with people, and now you just don't see eye to eye about the thing. Let's look at that 9 of Wands. But whatever it is, your willpower is all over the place. So it is not in one focused direction. Okay, so it is not in the focused direction of investing in that. Here is what that Ace of Wands is going to be. It's going to give you the power to actually start doing it. But right now, you're afraid that it won't be received, that you will not have what it takes, that you will end up out in the cold. I have the 3 of Cups in reverse, and I have the 6 of Cups. It's almost like you don't have the support of the people around you in this. But it is something that you feel in your hearts of hearts. So you're all like, man, I'm alone to do it, and now I'm kind of afraid of bringing this forward. Ace of Wands. And you're not going about it into a kind of, yes, I'm doing this, I'm going to have fun doing this. I don't know where I'm heading. I don't know what the results are going to be, but I'm just playing life. The Devil, 10 of Wands. But 10 of Wands is in reverse, because you are releasing everything you've been carrying on your shoulders so that you can grab that Ace of Wands. And all of that crap here, this is part of his world, okay? Telling you that that's all there is. You know, if you want to survive, you cannot do this. And all the insecurities you could have that are making your drive, your willpower, your focus, your ambition, your own ambition. It's like if you don't dare having that ambition, because this is also him. When he's in his best, he is the 10th house, Saturn, ambition. When he's crooked, he lowers that expectations, and our fears become our chains, and so on. Because if you look at the 5 of Wands, if these wands wouldn't be all conflicted like this, okay, because the willpower is not mature, it's still influenced by all sorts of unmatured things around us. If it was mature, it would actually create a pentacle out of wands, and that would be will over matter, because he rules matter. Malkut here, our 3D reality. Okay, let's look at the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. So, of course, you are afraid that things will not be balanced. Here I have the Moon, and the Moon is right under, and I have the 6 of Swords. So, right away, the 6 of Swords, see that anxiety? 6 of Swords, this is like, okay, I'm turning the page on this. I'm using my willpower to actually bring balance into my heart. This is a card where, yes, we turn the page. We turn the page on what was in our subconscious, hidden, the unknown, the fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown that created the anxiety. You know what? I'm just gonna move away from that. Let's look at the Moon. Here is the King of Cups. So you are grounding yourself emotionally. And this is what you're doing right there. It's like, oh, I see you. I am grounding myself emotionally. No matter what happens around me, I know how I feel. And it's almost like uncovering what is around will make you see where you truly stand about it. You know, if I bring a project to people and I'm like, I really would like to do this, and I'm met with negative reactions, and of course I had anxiety because I didn't know how this thing would be. There's no guaranteed, so I'm only going with my gut feeling here. And if I'm met with resistance, this is where I will actually find out how much I really want this thing. And that's going to push me to make a decision. Knight of Swords, King of Wands. This is like, this is what I really want. And I'm going to cut the Seven of Cups as I'm doing this, okay? Right here, they're showing it's not quite there, okay? It's not there yet, but this is what you're going to ultimately do this month. Ultimately, you will cut the fog of the, here I am, not starting it because I'm trying to project what it can be. The people around me are just showing me how maybe I don't have what it takes. I have anxiety because of that, but I need to release these unconscious doubts, insecurities, traumas that led to that, so that I can make a decision here. Because if not, the thing is not going anywhere. As long as I'm in the cloud, it's not going anywhere. So what is my truth? Two of Swords. As long as I'm in ambiguity about it, see, the moment you take a decision, it's going to go upright. So the moment you take a decision, you're going to allow this thing to happen into your life because you're going to grasp this potential and you're going to start planting it. But if you remain in your head about it, Eight of Swords, then you will not be able to grasp that pentacle and know that you have what it takes. See, at the beginning, it was in reverse. Now it's upright. So there's the Ace of Pentacles, the thing you can plant and you can grow. And yes, there it is. Maybe before you couldn't. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This is like, something's got to give. I want to manifest something, like something that will, you know, when you have your vision or whatever, but there's like anxiety, even if it's something as vague as financial stability or a relationship. What shape will it take and all of this? Here, it's all a question of allowing it and having the courage of going for it because it is going to be part of your truth. Three of Wands. Then it can actually start coming towards you. If you don't sabotage it, if you don't convince yourself that it won't be there for you. They're here. There's a warning, Pisces. Your new moon, the full moon in Pisces is this month. You have the result of the moon, where things will culminate that was in, your unconscious that was hidden. The light will be shone on it. And it will be the light of the intrinsic fear of going beyond the limits of your worth and what you can receive here. To actually really overpass, let's say, or transcend your mental and your willpower, not to let that be all messed around and make you miss what deep down you really want to. You really feel like this is what you would love. This is what you want to create. Let's say that everything that can be an obstacle for you to be in your magician will be shown to you this month, and also the consequences of keeping these things. Do not let your mind destroy your potential. Because it's there for you. Okay? And do not let, if the people don't believe in you, do not fall for it and not believe in you also. They're just mirroring that part of you. That's all. Doesn't mean that you don't have what it takes. Doesn't mean that you're not a 9 of Pentacles. But as long as you don't believe you're a 9 of Pentacles, then you won't be able to actually act like one. And I think this is going to be like your big revelation of what was hidden and what was the cause of that ball of anxiety within yourself. Trusting that you'll manage, that you'll do what it needs, and that you'll come out fine after, This trusting oneself is your solution for your anxiety. But remaining in conflict and not actually embarking in your manifesting is just going to create more and more anxiety. I think this is going to be clear for you this month, Pisces. So, some of you will rise above it. Others of you will be really conscious about it. Maybe next month you'll have the tools to transcend it. Yeah. This is it. Seeing your fears. Yeah. So, this is going to be the title of the video. On this, my beautiful Pisces, I'm sending you all my love and light through this, because this is important to do. In a way, it's a beautiful gift also, because if we don't see our fears, they act upon us unconsciously, and we just wonder, why? Here, you're going to see them, and you're going to have the opportunity to use your willpower and your truth to transcend your fears. Transcending your fears. I'm going to put that in the title because this is what I want you to do. All right? So, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe if you want to help the channel. If you want a private reading, my two beautiful nieces created a website for me. It's going to be ready Saturday the 3rd of September, but the address is right there, Tarot Mystic Witch, mysticwitchtarot.com. And of course, on this, you'll have all the information, the capacity to book, and so on. So, on this, my beautiful Pisces, all my love and light. and I'll see you next month. All right?